Accurate. It's a word defined as free from error, especially as the result of care. For newspapers, both old and new, the care of producing an error-free paper is a burden carried most by copy editors. Their job? To catch any mistake, unseen, by writer or editor before it goes to press.
I worked as a copy editor and news editor for three different daily newspapers: the Hendersonville Times-News, the Tuscaloosa News, and Nashville Citizen-Times. It takes a different breed to be a copy editor. It takes somebody with a meticulous attention to detail. It takes somebody who's a bit of a perfectionist. It takes somebody who is patient and thoughtful.
For UNC Asheville's student newspaper, the Blue Banner, being a copy editor means being on the bottom floor of Carpen Hall, in an office tucked away from the newsroom, armed with an AP style book, a dictionary, and red pens.
I'm the copy desk chief at the Blue Banner, and I pretty much read everybody's stuff about 6 or so times before it goes into print. I know how hard it can be to really sit down and write something good and catching and interesting and relevant with good quotes and good interviews week after week after week. And I know the temptation that's there to just sort of let something coast by. But that's why we're here. I feel like we really have to, as both writers and editors, do everything we can to put out the best product possible.
Even if that means being misjudged for your job description.
A lot of people kind of see copy editors as the bad guy. We're either the censors or we're the old, grammarian, always finding what's wrong and picking at them. But really, copy editors play a much more important role, that they are basically the last line of defense from the writer to the public. And so they carry a lot of weight on their shoulders. They have to catch things that could be potentially libelous that the reporter didn't realize at the time.
My job isn't to attack what it is that you've written, or to sit here and be superior, or something like that. My job is to make sure what you're trying to say meshes with what you say. And the real difficulty in that is both knowing what it is you wanted to say and making it happen within AP style.
Associated Press style is considered the journalistic standard. However, it's a constantly evolving one, adapting to society's changes, especially in its language.
Grammar has become more casual in its use just in my lifetime. Granted, language is a living thing. It evolves over time. The language we use today is not Shakespeare's language or grammar. But that being said, it seems to have sped up tremendously with email, instant messages, social media posts, because the rigor of clear communication isn't necessarily required there, or you don't run into the public opinion pressures that you got it wrong, you're a professional, you should know these things.
In addition to knowing AP style, a copy editor must also know how to write and help others write well.
Yes, spelling and grammar are part of the job, but in general, a good copy editor is also kind of a writing coach. It's saying, have you explored this issue? Or what about another companion story to go with this that covers this tangent issue that's also important?
I've tried to reach out, talk to writers, show them the changes that I've made, explain to them why we made the changes, see if they were okay with it, see if there's anything else that we could do to make the story fit with AP style, but still express the same thing.
So the next time you pick up a newspaper, whether it's the Blue Banner or the New York Times, remember before it was black and white in your hands, it was first in the hands of a copy editor, and you better believe it was read all over.